Hello everyone! I am here today with my most requested video, maybe ever. I am doing a new house tour. Thought I'd do it on YouTube because it's just, I can upload longer videos. So I can chat you through and really show you everything. I was in two minds over whether to do this video originally, like before people started requesting it. Because I don't know, I just, like, we're very happy, we're very much in our, like, new home bubble, and I just didn't want any trolls and negative comments and things, but I've decided who really cares, I'm going to show you anyway. So, here is my new house tour. Bit of context, this is the first house we bought. We were previously renting. We were renting off a family member, so we paid £1,000 a month, which is actually low for our area, but a lot of people still think that's a lot of money. I guess it depends where you live. Before we were living just outside of Brighton. We've actually moved to Eastbourne because we could get a lot more for our money here. We did spend the very top end of our budget on this house. We were looking at houses for about £50,000 cheaper, but they all needed so much renovation. We actually put an offer in and got a survey and everything on another house. And when we got the survey through, we just realised how much work needed doing, and basically just decided that it was more than we were willing to take on, especially I think with a young family. Like, we just wanted to enjoy our weekends and not be constantly dealing with like building work and things. So we decided, let's stretch our budget. We went to the end of our budget, so we spent £50,000 more on the house, but in the long run it has saved us money because, I mean, the renovations you were looking at like 100 grand, so you know, which I don't have. But anyway, so yes, another thing I am just going to mention, some questions on like how much did the house cost, what deposit did you put down, what was your loan to value, what interest rates did you get, and I'm not ready to share that yet. I am very open online. Some people might say, you know, they're really personal things for people to be asking you, but I think because I share so much of my personal financial situation online, and I always have done, that I don't mind when people ask me those kind of things, because I think, you know, I share so much, it's like natural for people to wonder. But I've decided not to share it yet. I'm not saying I never want to share it, I just don't want comments like, oh my goodness, you put too much of a deposit down, or oh my goodness, you didn't put enough of a deposit down. Like, I just want to enjoy it as it is for a minute without people's opinions on how much we're paying for our mortgage or how much money we borrowed and things like that. Like, I just don't want that yet. But I'm sure in the future, once we've settled in, it will feel less private. Just at the moment it feels quite private. I hope that makes sense. But I will say we did save up for the house ourselves. We didn't have any help from family. We up ourselves literally over about 10 years. And I'll do a full video on this, but people always ask, like, how did you afford your deposit? How have you afforded to do this? And one thing I will say is, like, I don't know the word for it. I want to say sacrifice, but that sounds really dramatic. But what I mean is, I guess we just had different priorities, like, than maybe, like, friends or, like, other young families. Like, we decided that we weren't going to have another child until we bought a house. So we've got a 4-year-old, so we haven't had another child yet. You know, in an ideal world, I'd have liked to have a smaller gap, but we decided we were going to prioritise the house, and we didn't go on family holidays every year and abroad. Like, we had our first abroad holiday in August, actually. So yeah, so I'd say this was our priority, and this has always been our priority, to buy a house. Whereas I think, obviously, totally within their right to do so, some families prioritise having children sooner or going on holidays and things, whereas this was our priority. So without further ado, I've rambled enough. Let's get on to the house tour. One thing I forgot to mention is ignore the mess. I was going to wait to do the house tour until we were all unpacked and everything, but so many of you guys wanted it, like, before we unpacked. Like, they were like, do one now and then do one when it's all done up so we can compare and you can compare. So I was like, do you know what? There's dishwashing on the side. There's piles of washing in the utility. Who cares? That's life. So yeah, ignore the mess as I show you around. It's very much a work in progress right now, but you guys wanted this, so here we go. So you come into our doorway here. We've got the frosted glass, which I really like. And then our pile of bags that needs to go out to the car. We have already popped up this picture. This is one of my favourite frames. I actually got it for my birthday. Adam got it for me and I just love it. It's from Etsy, I believe. This is our hallway. We've got this little gap here, which I have bought a sideboard for, but the sideboard is awful. It's from Wayfair, do not recommend. It's like further, I should have looked at the reviews first, but basically it doesn't align. So I'm not sure what's going to go in this little gap yet. But I did want some kind of like cabinet or sideboard for things like dog leads, hats, scarves, gloves, like things that we need to grab as we're going out. But for the minute, we've just got a dog bed in there, bags, and up here in this little window, I've just got a couple of bits and bobs. Like this I got from a charity shop actually for £2, and it's coming, I've got another one. It's coming so handy, like just for shoving stuff. These and dog poo bags and things like that. So yes, this is our little hallway. Then we have these mirrors. So this is the hallway area. These actually, do you know what? I wasn't 100% set on these to start with. My initial plan was to remove the mirrors, which I don't even know how that would work because I have no idea how they're stuck on. I guess they're just, I don't know. And board this up and make it a room. But actually, and make it like a little snug. But actually, because I thought our sofa wasn't going to fit in the living room. I thought it would look too small. But which is currently called the Room of Doom, is going to be the dining room. And I do really like these like mirrored openings now. I don't know what I'm going to put there yet. I've just shoved that stool there for a minute. I don't know whether to get a little table or an olive tree or a little tree or something. Let me know if you've got any ideas. Through here, we've got a little shoe cupboard, which is Albie's favourite thing. If nobody puts their shoes here, then you're in trouble. But we've just got, I got this little shoe rack from B&M for like, was it £6 maybe? But, you know, that's kind of gone to pot because we just shove our shoes in there. So, yes, that's our little shoe cupboard. I have bought, which I need to put on, like a sensor light. So when we open the door, a light will go on, which will be very helpful because in the morning when we're getting ready for school, it is dark in there. And a nest heating thing, which I feel is very bougie. Didn't even know this existed, but it does. Under the stairs, but it's just a little bathroom. Oh my God, can I just say, these Febreze things are like one of my favourite things. It hits you as soon as you walk in. This little bathroom, it is very little. Obviously we've got a stool in there for Albie, but I've kind of gone for like a leopard vibe. I've got these leopard towels, hand towels, which I got from Primark, and then my leopard print, which was in our old house, which is Eleanor Boma. I actually got this in a sale. They had like a end of stock, or like, no, do you know what? I think it was damaged. Like I think literally like you can't even see it. I think one corner was slightly frayed, but whoop, that's not very secure. But yeah, this is our little loo. The only thing I might do in here is add a shelf or something. I feel like for hand soap, and also I want to keep toothbrushes down here because in the morning when we're getting ready for school, I could really do with a toothbrush down here for Albie, so we don't have to like go up and down. But I don't know how that would work with the tile. Like, I'm really not very good at DIY. It's an downstairs toilet, and the really weird thing about this was, when we moved in, there was a lock on the outside. I have no idea why, but I made Adam take it off because it creeped me out. So one thing that we do need to do with this house is there's a lot of holes that we need to fill, and then there's a lot of like paint marks, because obviously like the house was lived in by a family before, so yeah, no doubt we'll make the equal amount of scratches, but we do need to sand and paint and things. So I'm gonna take you into the Room of Doom / the dining room. So this is it. I think this will probably be a box room for a long time, although I actually think we're chunking through them quite well. Like, that's a lot of boxes we've emptied, and we've already done a recycling run. The curtains actually were here when we came, which was amazing, and everywhere's got spotlights as well, so we don't need lampshades, which is really helpful. So yeah, we've got some more pictures. This, do you know where I got this from? Actually was from the Tip. Like, you know, if you go to the Tip, the rubbish place, they often have like furniture and stuff for sale. Well, I got that from there and I love it. So I don't know what to do with this space yet. Obviously it will have a dining table. I feel like it's going to need something on that wall. So I did think about having like built-in storage, you know, that like IKEA hack that everyone does. But I don't think it needs it, to be honest, because I'll show you the storage we've got. So I don't know what this room is going to be or have, or how we're going to do it yet, to be honest with you. But everything's very open plan, which keeps this room light because it's at the front of the house. I think it would be quite dark. And that was another reason why I decided not to board these up, because I thought it would be quite dark. So there's lots of boxes in here. There's my Budget Mum Safe sign, which is very exciting. Take you through here. So obviously you can go through that way. We will go through this way. And this is what sold the house to me. This kitchen island, these bifold doors, 100%. This is what I dreamt of. It's just amazing. So Yeah, obviously there's the opening there. So they actually left these mirrors, which I'm really happy about because I think they look perfect there. Little sideboard here, which Adam just needs to screw in the door properly because we didn't do it properly. So yeah, this sideboard is really actually helpful because like we've already started to fill it, but there's room in it already. So I'm going to unpack a few more boxes today, I think. This was only built yesterday. I might put some board games and some of Albie's board games and bits in that cupboard as well. This was from the range actually. Rituals diffuser, which I got for my birthday. A little candle from Aldi there. This was from the range. This lamp was from Home Sense, and then just an electric wax diffuser. I don't know if I'm going to keep all of this on here because we are having another sideboard here because I just feel like it's such an empty space. It needed something there. So we're going to have another sideboard there, which is coming, which takes a while to come actually, and it's from Wayfair like this disaster was. So we'll see how that goes. But Stanley's little house will go in the dining room probably. So yeah, we'll have a sideboard there. I think maybe a big mirror up there, not 100% sure yet. Oh, one thing I want to show you, which is really cool as well, is the lights are like in the, I don't even know what that is, in the roof. And there's also lights, which you won't be able to see, but in the skylights, which is really cool. So this is our lounge, and I think because our old house was so small, our sofa, I didn't think it would look right in here. I thought it would be way too small, but actually it's absolutely perfect. Like I absolutely love the way it looks in here. So this is the terrible Wayfair thing that we bought, and basically I should have read the reviews. It just doesn't align, and the drawers are wonky, and it's just awful. I thought it was my terrible DIY skills, but nope, we had someone have a look and they said it's clearly built terribly. So I've contacted the manufacturer because I don't know what to do with it. Like I can't use it, there's no use to it, but I can't undo it because undoing flat pack is a nightmare. I just can't do it. So yeah, if they want to come and pick it up, they can. So far they offered me 20% off to keep the item, and I told them that wasn't good enough because I don't want to keep the item. It's going to have to go to the tip because it's awful. So there's all my supplies. I did try and put Stanley's toys away to tidy it up a bit, but he kept getting them out again. This coffee table, I wasn't sure whether to keep it. Adam really likes it. I'm not sure. Let me go back again. I'm not sure it goes with the vibe, but tell me what you think. He really thinks we should keep it. I don't know if it's a bit small, if it's the right colour. I don't know. It is growing on me, to be fair. But we'll see. All those cushions are for Primark, and that is not real, by the way, just so everyone knows. This rug was from Habitat. We bought it for our old house, actually, and it was about £100. Yeah, so when we got Stanley, we put the rug up because Albie was also potty training, but now obviously potty and toilet trained, we can have the rug back down. It just matches perfectly in here. I love it. I've started cleaning it. You can see the patches I've cleaned, but it does need a clean as well. Then we've got the media wall with the all-time mystery. We don't know what these are for, and they're driving me mad. I don't know whether to put like speakers in there to cover it. These especially are doing my nut in. These have like been cut off, so I'm in a bit of a predicament. I don't really know what to do. So again, anyone has any ideas, please let me know. We've got fire here, which is really cool. It has a remote, so we just turn it on like that, and that's really nice because obviously it keeps the heat in. We've got our telly here as well, there's me, and our lamp. This lamp was from M&S, and it was a birthday present from my mother and father. That was really posh, from my mum and dad, and I absolutely love it. I love the wiggly line of it. This was from a charity shop for a cup. I think it was like £3. And what I've done is a good hack actually, is Albie's got a few toys in here, and then I just pop a blanket over it so you like can't see the toys because you know there is a dinosaur sticker on the bifolds. Great, cheers Albie. Then you've got the bifolds here. This one opens as well. Obviously all of these open. The blinds are electric, and they left those with us, which was amazing, obviously, because they would have been very expensive otherwise. Then you've got the garden. So obviously the garden, I mean, I wouldn't say it's small, like it is quite small, but it's a decent enough size. Like we can have a slide out here, the boys can play football out here. Like it is a good size. It is AstroTurf, which isn't obviously very dog friendly, but I have got Stanley this little like piddle patch, so we're training him to use that, and he's doing really well with it so far actually. To get a barbecue out here maybe next summer, and table and chairs somewhere. And also we've got heaters, which is really cool, and lights up there, which I'm going to turn off because I forgot I put them on this morning and that is a waste of electricity. The shed came with it as well, and they left all the paint and things in there, which is perfect. The only thing is that shed doesn't have a window, but that's fine. Then in here, so you've got another bifold here, which I've opened. Stanley's house and food and things. That bin is going because we've got one built in, so ignore that. And the island, my favourite part. These stools were from Facebook Marketplace, and oh my god, for months I was looking on Facebook Marketplace because bar stools are very expensive, like eye-wateringly expensive. Like we were looking at like £300-400, and I really didn't want to spend that. So I was looking, couldn't find any that I liked or 4 of the same ones, and then these came up on Marketplace the day before we moved, literally 15 minutes down the road. I mean, was it meant to be or was it not? Originally, I was like, oh, should we keep the grey? I was going to dye them. But actually, as you all pointed out to me, we like the grey. The grey is really nice. I feel like it breaks it up, definitely, a bit. So, yeah, this island is one of my most favourite things about the house. So I've just got my Eleanor Boma tray there. That's from TK Maxx. So if you watch my boot fair videos, you'll probably have seen this stool before. This is the utility, which I'll show you in a minute. But it does have a sliding door, so you can kind of hide that away, which we're going to do. Then the island itself, as I told you, there's washing on the side and things. It's a very real house here. But yeah, so you've got the under the sink storage here, which has got a few cleaning bits in. This is a dishwasher. Before we had a slimline dishwasher. Well, we actually didn't. We had nothing, and then we got a slimline dishwasher. Now I have a full-size dishwasher. I feel like my life is complete. There's also a wine cooler, which I'd never get myself because it's not very necessary. I don't really drink alcohol, but there is some beers in there. Adam calls it his beer fridge. Then we've got all of these, which at the moment look very empty, but I'm sure, no doubt, in time, they will get filled. So by the door here, we've got a pantry, which is very cool. So I've got squash in there, a few cups for Albie that he can reach. Obviously I drink a lot of bottled water because of my poorly kidneys. We've got some bread products there. I haven't sorted out the actual pantry, the other pantry properly yet, so everything's just kind of a bit all over the place. Vases and jugs and things, water bottles, and then alcohol up there. This is the oven/cooker. This is a microwave as well, which is really cool, although it took us a while to work out how to do it, so I love that. Oh, and this is a cheeky little drawer as well, which we've just shoved stuff in there again for now, but I'm sure we will find, when we're like using the kitchen, I'm moving things around so we're like to more functioning place. There's a cupboard up here as well. These are all cupboards. So we've got like, you know, they're not very full at the moment, but we've got our like plates and bowls and things. Then in here, this is a bit of the random space for the moment. As I say, we're not 100% sure where we're going to put everything yet. This is the bin and recycling bin, which I'm not going to open because that's gross. We have our air fryer there, the love of my life. Sorry, Adam. All our like appliancey bits out there as well on this little surface. And then in here, we've got some more things. This is the fridge freezer, which is looking a bit chaotic. I did organise this all nice the other day. And a little secret cupboard up there, which is great. Love the secret cupboard. You've got the freezer, another pantry, which needs organising. You can see I've started to do it. Like we've got some, like the Lazy Susan and stuff. But when we can afford it, once I save up, I'm going to get all boxes and just make this look really nice. But for now, it's a bit chaotic. So yeah, that is our kitchen and I just love it. You've obviously got the sink here and the hob there, which I'd never think to do, like if I was designing a kitchen, but actually I really like because I can sit here, like Albie might be playing down there, or like I can see everything, my back's not turned to the kitchen, which is really, really nice. Is our room of doom again. Is the utility, which has stuff slung everywhere, but it's organised. You've got clean washing, white pile, darks. Yeah, like it might look messy to you, but it's organised chaos to me. Then in here we've got more freezer space, which is very helpful. Under the sink in there, and then we've got a washer dryer here, which has been on this morning. These shelves I love. I've ordered some labels from the label lady, and I got these from B&M. So watch this space. That's going to be rather exciting. So we've got a cupboard here, which under here has some kind of. Oh, there is. Okay, I've lost my mind. I didn't know there was a. What? I did not know that was a cupboard. I thought that was a boiler. Okay, I've clearly lost it. Then here we've got dog things. Here is my mum's address, so I'm going to hide that. Is the current Christmas cupboard, which obviously needs to be moved because Albie might see it. And I've started putting medicine and bits up there. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to organise this room yet, but it's doing okay as it is for a minute. Then this door does shut if a towel wasn't drying on it, and if we wanted it to. But this is the playroom, and is another reason it absolutely sold the house to us, because I am sick of toys. Like, my old living room was just full of toys. So it's really, really nice to have this space. In fact, I am going to shut the door so I can show you properly. Are you coming in? Come on in. Right, so this is, woo! That was fun and a surprise. I'll need to do that. Right, so his TP is there. All this storage was built in, which is fantastic. So we've just started putting like bigger figures that don't fit in the cupboard, and like vehicles and stuff. Speed track, you might have seen this on my story the other day. 10 out of 10 recommend. I think it cost about 30 quid, which you might think is a lot, but let me tell you, it's one of his most used toys. It's a really good birthday present idea, or Christmas present as well. Then we've got, so this Kallax was in Albie's old room. They're a bit mismatchy. I really want the rest of these. I want these all over it, but I could only find 2, so I was like at a boot. So I grabbed 2, and then I was thinking, well, as I see them all vintage or whatever, I'll fill it up. I haven't seen them since. Here, there's lots of roll plugs in the wall, so we're gonna have to sort those out and sand and paint, which is a bit annoying, but one of those things, I guess. This sideboard you might recognise was from our old living room, and it is full already of toys and things. This door needs fixing, hinge broke, and toys in there as well. I organised this. You might have seen it on my page, on my TikTok. That was good fun. Here's like wooden toys here because they look nice, and also like they're too nice to put away in the cupboard. Tell me they're not. Tell me, he's got always like big toys here, you know, like the lookout tower, Superman's or Batman's house or something, Spidey's house. So that's all there. Then this is, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to put all his Lego sets out. I think this top one is going to be for instructions, and then I think loose bits of Lego I'll pop at the bottom there, fill it with Lego here that's already been built. So that'll be a nice little area. This was only 15 quid off Facebook Marketplace, which was a bargain. Wall chart was also £15 from Facebook Marketplace, and they're both Great Little Trading, as well as this was Great Little Trading, and I think it was like 15 again, maybe, or 10. The hangers are originally Zara, but I got off Vinted. I think TK Maxx was selling them as well, so worth an eye out. Oh, he has got more costumes, but I couldn't find them. They're packed somewhere. This bit is going to be a reading corner. Those shelves fit perfectly. We just haven't put them on yet. Little trolley I got from a boot fair. I think that's Great Little Trading as well. And that I'm going to make into like a craft trolley. This table is from Facebook Marketplace again, and was 20 quid, I believe. Yes, it was 20 quid. As soon as I saw it, I was like, we need that. And do you know what? He sits and plays at that table all the time. He loves it. The other thing I do want to get in here is a telly in here. I wasn't going to. He's got his Toonies box, but when he's sat in here playing on his own, like, obviously he doesn't have siblings, so like he just sometimes sits in here on his own, and it's so quiet, and I just think, you need a bit of company, love. We'll get you a telly. So yeah, that's in here, and then it's like a loop, so you come back out the front. There's Stanley again, which look really dark and dingy right now. I think my curtains might be closed upstairs. So as you go upstairs, there's obviously a pile of stuff which nobody ever picks up except me. And then obviously all this is going to need sanding and painting. But we've got these little indents, which these I subscribed for a little bit to the Pretty Little Home subscription box, and I got 3 of these, and we've got 3 of them, so they fit perfectly. I just don't know what to put in them. Yeah, I haven't got that far. But yeah, I stopped subscribing because I got something very similar like a few months in a row, and I just thought, I'm not sure if this is worth it. But I did really like it when I did subscribe. So let's go up the stairs. Moving boxes are everywhere. So this is Albie's room. I probably should have made his bed, but I haven't. And again, it's a bit of a room of doom at the moment. I stupidly made the decision to iron all his clothes before we move. No, before I put them in his wardrobe. So I've got a vintage pile there of things I need to upload. Some of clothes in here. Things that I still need to go through / hang, iron. That is, I don't even know what that pile is. Who knows? So yeah, it's a work in progress. But here is his wardrobe. I love it. There's space up here as well, which I think I'm going to put his memory boxes up here. Oh, and there's like these open shelves, which I really like. I've just realised that says A4, as in like A4 paper. But obviously Albie and 4. So yeah, all of this needs sort of organising and looking nice as well. He's got his little drawers here. So I've got like pants, socks and things in the top one. PJs in the middle one, and then nothing in the bottom one yet. I don't know what's going to go in there. These obviously aren't staying here. These are like organisers. I got for 15 quid for 60 on Amazon. So these will be spread around, but I was using them in here. So yeah, I've got all his t-shirts, long sleeves and jumpers. Then school uniform goes there. Sets, like tracksuit sets and loungewear sets, and then bottoms and dungers. Then he's got this, again, was from Vinted, but Zara originally. It matches the Spider-Man thingy that I showed, the hangers that I showed you. And I've actually managed to find a few more bits. I've been looking for this collection for so long. So when I see it on Vinted, I'm like, oh my God. This was £3.50 from a boot fair, which if you follow me, you would have seen. And I have filled it. Very poorly, but I have filled it. It did have a lot of chips in it. So I need to find my electric sander, and it needs sanding and sorting out. But we're halfway there with that. And that we store his toonies in. Whoops, Dan. This is his bed. It's not finished yet either. It's actually got storage drawers underneath, but I'm waiting for my dad to come round to be able to do those, because I'm not a DIY. Very good at DIY, and neither is Adam. It's not one of our talents. This cushion, again, was Vinted, matches the Zara theme, and he's got a Batman one coming as well, which I thought was cool. He's got his weighted blanket and things. Everywhere has panelling upstairs, which I really like as well. Got bookshelf here. This one I bought from Marketplace. I can't remember how much. It was about 4 years ago, but it was really cool. But it had multicoloured, like, inserts. So my grandma used the pattern of it and made like grey, because his nursery was grey and white, and made these like grey and white things, you know, like holders, and I love it. I cannot part with this. So he's got all his books in there. Then he's got his toy box here, which is going to stay in here because he will want some toys in his room, which obviously he can have. And he's got the drawers, which will go under his bed. Here he's got his superhero lights. I decided to put them there. He doesn't have blinds or curtains yet. We have got curtains that need to go up. We just haven't done it yet. So yeah, he's got his superhero lights there. And obviously if he gets any more, which I imagine he will for Christmas, we can add them to that. So another box of doom. Then he's got our bedside table. This was from our old house, from mine and Adam's side. Mine actually broke. This was Adam's. These were so cheap. They're about 60 quid off Amazon, and they just broke. So don't recommend. Obviously Albie's not got much going in there, so it doesn't matter too much. Do you know what, guys? Last night I found Albie. Right. So I panicked because he wasn't in his bed, obviously. I couldn't find him, and then I found him. I'll insert a picture, but he was under his bed, but I have no idea how he got into this position, because the bedside table's there. There were teddies and books here that he'd thrown down. The frame was there. I don't know how he'd got there, but he doesn't know either. He found it hilarious this morning. So Albie's room will look really nice once it's done, and I've got a vision. Obviously we've had to fill all this in. Well, they filled it in a little bit, but we've had to do the rest. I'm not going to get him a telly for his room because he's only 4, so he doesn't need one in here. So I need to like fill in all of this. This is annoying because it doesn't need to be here because there's no telly, but I'm not going to remove it because this is hopefully going to be our forever home, and one day he probably will have a telly in here. This little hallway space, I want to get some like frames. You know the black frames of like the mounts, the big mounts, like the oversized mounts. I want to put those there. So that's my plan for in there. And then this is my office. So I work from home. So I've got a sofa bed here, which I do want to put in this gap. I don't know if it's going to fit. So the desk might have to go there. I might have to rejig. But the sofa bed I want in here, and then my budget mum sofa stand there. And this is going to be like my filming space. This is like obviously where I get work done and things. Stanley lays there with me in the evening. So yeah, this is just a really nice little space. Bathroom, which is obviously gorgeous. It's beautiful. The only downside is there is not much storage. So we've got a few boxes out still. But we've got a little basket to put at the back here. because for his toys. This I all need to go through. I don't even know what's in these boxes. He's obviously got his things here. I've got another leopard print towel there. They didn't have a towel hook, so all I did was hook. I got this from Temu for like £2, so I hooked that over there. Sink and things. Then we've got these. These were Zara as well, but I got from Vinted. So love myself a Zara home on Vinted. There's me again, hello. And there's just things here at the moment. As I say, I'm not sure how to organise this room quite yet because there's not much storage. Now this is the ultimate room of doom. So many boxes. To be fair, a lot of this is to go up into the loft, and I just love this room. This was going to be Albie's room originally, but it didn't fit this small double in, so we decided that it not to be. And also I think if we do have another baby, it would be a really cute nursery. You've got the built-in wardrobes there, which we will steal for ourselves. Obviously the shelves and the cupboard, so it is rather sweet in here. There's just a lot going on at the moment. But I think we're going to do the loft this weekend, so yes. Then let's go into our room. I need to get something for this wall and also this wall, but I don't know what yet. We shall see. So yeah, then you go through into our dressing room, which is also carnage. Do you know what, guys? I got this from Facebook Marketplace and I was so excited because I want to sand it down, restore it to its wood, and it looks just like the Cotswold Company one I wanted, and get new handles, but it doesn't fit. I wanted it to go here and I didn't measure it first and it doesn't fit. So I'm going to move it up to the end. The mirror can go there, and see if I can make it work, because it was only 25 quid off Facebook Marketplace and it's beautiful. I love it so much. So if I can get that to work, then great. Here I'm going to put a laundry bin, which is not very exciting. This all needs sorting out. It's mainly clothes, some skincare stuff. And then, oh, this is really cool. This lights up as well. Let me show you. Look at that. Oh, the bathroom fan's gone on. And then this is our room, which is also carnage right now. We don't have bedside tables, and we're not going to get bedside tables for a while. They are just not on the priority list right now. But eventually we will obviously have bedside tables. Our bed was from Dusk. I got it on Black Friday last year. It's a Super King. And one of the best purchases we ever made. I've got my washing pile there because I've got a lot of washing to do. It's just been a mad week. And then in here, so we've got a sliding door again, which is cool. Well, we don't have a telly in here, but eventually we'd like to get one and put it there. Like, I think they had it on the wall hanging down, which was quite cool. Then in here, we have got our ensuite. So this is it. Again, it's got the shelving units like the other bathroom. This shower, which is lovely. It's got the space for all the things. The only thing is the door pulls out this way. So you have to like move the mat and move the towel. That's the only thing. It's a rather small space, but not complaining. I love it. And yeah, toilet and sink and things in there. So yeah, that is upstairs. And that is everything. That's our house. Come on then, come up. You can jump onto the bed. Is our house. I hope... Come on then. Come up then. Well, you know how to come up. You want me to move the duvet? Okay, that's what you wanted. Okay. Love it. Do you know what as well? We obviously, as I said, we found another house, put an offer in, survey came through. Survey came back. I mean, we couldn't even get a mortgage on it until structural work was quoted. Like, it was just a massive project. So we pulled out of that one. The next day found this one, and the rest was history. So that was about 6 months ago. It did take a long time to actually get in here, but we love it. We have obviously relocated, as I said, so we could get more for our money. We never would have been able to afford this house in our old place. Never, ever. Oh, and also the other thing is, it was very much I think it's a buyer's market, where obviously when we started looking, it wasn't long after Liz Truss messed everything up. So when we started looking, I mean, this house had been bought 3 times and had fallen through all 3 times because the people couldn't sell their house. So the sellers were desperate to sell. Before we even viewed it, it had been knocked down £30,000, I think, because on the brochure we got given, it said £30,000 more than what it was advertised. Unless that was an error, but I don't know. So yeah, they wanted to sell it. So obviously we had no chain, so we were at an advantage. And honestly, it was just luck as well. Like, I obviously look on Rightmove all the time because I'm a freak and I look literally every day. But yeah, we can't find anything like this for the price we paid. Like, we are so lucky that we got it, and it was at the very, very end of our budget. So, but we are really lucky. I feel very lucky. I just want to be at home all the time. But I'm not going to lie, I did want to be at home all the time before. I'm a proper home bunny. But anyway, yeah, obviously I'm going to do an updated house tour when things are looking a bit more put together. Everything's a bit chaotic right now. But I just love it. I just want to be. Albie loves it. He says, going to our new house after school every day. His school's round the corner, which is perfect. It's just, the school's lovely. It just feels like, this is going to sound really cringe, and I'm sure, let's be honest, it's me. I'll probably have a breakdown at some point over something, but right now life feels good. I don't want to jinx it. But everything's good at the moment. And yeah, I just feel really lucky that we've done this. And obviously, like, so many, like, it was only a few years ago that we were using food banks. We were using the community supermarket, which no one ever knows what they were. It's basically a food bank, but you don't have to be referred to go. So they're great. Like, if you need to use one, look up community supermarkets, community fridge, community kitchen, they're called. But yeah, you don't need to be referred to use it. So I don't know why, because I talk about it so much online, but when we couldn't afford food, I was embarrassed. Like, straight out, I was embarrassed. Now I know I didn't need to be, but I was. Like, I think most people would be. It's a pride thing, isn't it? Which was silly now, but I was at the time. So I didn't want to ask for help. So I didn't want to be referred. I didn't want to go to a food bank. So the community kitchen was amazing. I did get nervous going, but they were so nice that it was fine. And we used that loads. We used that for months and months and months. So yeah, we really did change things around. And we've just got lucky. Like, you guys know, do you know what? I'll do a whole video on our journey, because it's really lengthy. Like, the things we did to make this happen. Adam retrained, quit his job. It's been a whole process, but we did it. We're here. This is literally our dream. My mum's a mortgage advisor. So growing up, buying a house was very much talked about, and my mum's a mortgage advisor, but she's self-employed, so she works from home. So buying a house was always talked about and, like, at the forefront of my mind. And it shocked me, actually, when I met Adam, and he did want to buy a house, but he wasn't as, like, desperate as I was. I think just because that's what I grew up around. So if that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, that's that. That's my house. I really hope you enjoyed it. Any videos anyone wants, please let me know. I do really want to do a clean with me, because I love watching them. And I want to film our story. I've got some, like, money tips video to film. We've got a lot coming up. I've filmed some vlogs. There's a lot coming. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my house, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.